Look, restream, I don't know what you want. My keyframe interval is at 2. I can't put it more at 2. Just waiting on Twitch. We will start in approximately 5 minutes. I have a headache. But I still love you guys. Oh, don't tell me I have to log back in on Twitch. Come on. Come on. Everything seems fine. It's just restreamed there. Oh, there we go. Oh, I should probably turn on my chat too. We are starting in 5 minutes. Gonna put some background music while we wait. Of course, it's not gonna show up on screen, but the song that is playing right now is Adventure by Aphelion on the album Endless Time. And as usual, we're going to... yeah, we're going to burp in the microphone. That's what we're doing usually. I have nothing to drink this time because, to tell you the truth, as I said, I have a headache. I'm feeling a little bad today. I'm thinking I'm going to need one of those days where I sleep, eat, and poop all day, and that's all I do. We are starting in 4 minutes. I should probably figure out how to put a timer on the intro screen. I just had a tea and then I had a Pepsi after that, so I'm kind of not really super thirsty right now. I don't know if I'm overhydrated or dehydrated. No idea. I've been working on, slowly but surely, some Rise of the Monsters cards. I got plenty. Still got a bunch of animation tribute sketch cards too, if you're interested in that. Did I put the Facebook on public? Because if I don't put the Facebook on public... No, it's still on friends. I have to do it manually each time. There we go. We are starting in 2 minutes. After that, I'll be talking about what's been happening since last live stream, because you'll probably notice a difference in the display. Oh, what a surprise. The video is having hiccups on Facebook. I am shocked, I tell you, shocked. I got 2 people on Twitch, probably my bots. The live video is constantly being interrupted on Facebook. And then mom's like, yeah, but I tried to watch your live, but it doesn't work. Like, I have several other channels I stream on, but she insists on sticking to Facebook, you know, the worst one. The one that's always buggy. Yeah. I mean, you have YouTube, Mom, so I don't know what's going on. We are starting in 1 minute. Today will be the continuation of last week's adventure in Big Sloppy Yellow Saliva. I'm thrilled. Drop frames detected. I knew. I don't know what's going on with the keyframe in Turbo. The song that is playing right now. There, let's switch to the Saintic. There we go. It should show up, but just in case, it is the White to Remain 4-3 remix by Chipso on Chipped of the Necro Dancer. I'll put the volume just a wee bit up. I'm gonna put my rules. Because I have to remind people. There we go. Now you're probably noticing that there's a slight difference in the resolution of the screen, the way it's displayed, stuff like that. Oh, before we start on explaining that, today's empowering quote of the day from Pretzel.rocks is, "You're better than a long weekend." So you guys better feel empowered. So as I was saying, the resolution is different because last Monday, the Monday that we just had, I had received, because I know that I have a bar up here that says replace the old Mac. I should probably reword that to repay my mom, because she has gracefully accepted, or well, pretty much forced me to accept her help to get a new Mac and a new Saintic, because mine were basically breaking down from old age and probably some form of electronic arthritis. And Monday the Mac came in, and then I spent the entire day installing, reinstalling, rebooting, stuff like that, deleting, wiping the hard drive of the old Mac. And the resolution on this Saintic is like way wider than the old one, which was pretty much square. So that's why it looks weird on the screen today, because it's a new Saintic. I've been working my ass off the entire week trying to catch up on my backlog. It's very slow, but I'm catching up. I'm catching up. So there's that. I should probably go and open the other one. There we go. So the feel of this tablet is very different from the previous one. I've been drawing for like 9 years on a very glassy, slick surface. And this one is like papery. But it feels like I'm running a paperclip on an LCD screen. I'm slowly getting used to it, but it's still like very weird. Hang on, I forgot to do something. Because I have no memory. Because I have a headache. All my streams are hiccuping. This is nice. Okay, now I'm good. Hey, Coco! Yeah, I can imagine. And it will eventually, even if it takes years. Speaking of karma. Look who's getting his comeuppance today. Now to go get my reference. Well, it can incapacitate, and that I have proof. There we go. Wait, I'm still... I did a little gag image earlier and I didn't change the font. Oh, thank you, Brendan. Didn't even notice you were watching. The Yoshi got drooled on, as shown here in last week's bootleg cookie. It was a Yoshi that was for sale at the shop I was working at. And this little girl decided she was going to drool all over the Yoshi with her heavily candied saliva. And her father decided, instead of bringing me the Yoshi to clean up, you know, like a grown-up, like a responsible adult, he put it back on the shelf. And of course, I was not thrilled with that terrible decision. This is the sequel. Yes, indeed. That was my reaction, my initial reaction. Considering the fact that the shot was about as big as my ass, it was super easy for me to see the entire thing unfold. And it was also super easy for him to see that I was literally looking at his daughter, slobbering all over my merchandise, and yet he decided in his infinite parental wisdom to just plop the Yoshi right back. Like, I can't see you. Just bring it to me. Sadly, not the first or the last time I've had to deal with other people's body fluids. Yeah, it's a reference. Because I'm pretty sure that's the actual face I made, as I made real sure he was looking at me as I was very exaggeratingly cleaning that poor Yoshi. knew damn well what he did. If... Like, first thing he did when he came back into the store with his kids and his wife was look at me clean the Yoshi and try to avoid my gaze. The first thing he did. He frickin' knew. I don't care how embarrassed you are. If the store is as big as your hand, own up to your mistakes. This is one of those bootleg cookies that would, like, work better if it were animated, but I just don't have time to animate. I can animate. I'm not talking about back when Go Animate was a thing, which was basically point-and-click animating. I just don't have the time to do some good ones. Nice. That sounds so much like Star Tropic music. I was never happier to see an asshole walk back into the stores that day. Did you guys notice the little garland I put on top of the screen? I think it's festive. I have one for Christmas, so I figured why not one for Halloween? Halloween is an entire month too. Month 2. Blah, blah, blah. Also, while I was working at the store, one time we had a set of Sonic gloves. Like literally big plushy Sonic gloves. And of course people were trying them on. Of course that was not the problem. Problem once you have the first glove on, because they were extremely stuffed, was trying to get the second glove on. And what kids would do, and I actually had to go and tell them to stop doing that, and of course, is that they would bite down on the rim of the second glove to force it on their hand, which of course left bite marks, saliva, and would threaten to rip the glove. Then, of course, after a while, I just had to go and tell them, look, don't bite down on the merchandise. And they were like, I'm trying to put on the glove. And I said, I don't care if you're trying to well, I said, I thought mostly, but what I meant to say was, I don't care if you're trying to shove it up your ass, stop trying to bite on the gloves. But what I actually said was, I don't care what your excuse is, don't bite down on the gloves. Okay, a slight little stretch break, and then we're going for inks. What do you guys think? Ooh, my shoulders. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys could hear that. My fingers are cracking. Oh dear. What caused that? Wow, the connection is absolutely god awful. On Facebook, oh my god. Why do I even bother? Whoops. Well, that's kind of slightly friggin' terrifying. Well, at least that means you weren't sick or anything. Well, yeah, so it's enough to freak out. Similar thing happens to my mom sometimes with new jeans. She's like, ah! Oh, wait. So I ordered some more accessories off of AliExpress. A new silicone keyboard cover for my keyboard. Whoops. And a spare inkwell for my new stylus, because this new Saint-Sic did not come with an inkwell to store my stylus. It's actually just a wee little piece of fabric that clips to the left or the right of the tablet. Then I just drop my pen in the loop of fabric, and that's what holds it while I'm not using it. Now, of course, the problem with that is it's good when I'm not using it, but when I have to put it down and then pick it back up real quick, that's when it poses an issue. Yeah, if I had access to a 3D printer, maybe. Nah, I don't want to use my Fimo for that. Feels like it would be a waste. Hang on, my watch wants me to stand. Considering I don't feel super good right now, I might as well obey the watch. So I'm just gonna do that little jogging in place thing I do usually, and I'll be right back to continue this. There we go. Well, I did order one from AliExpress. along with the silicone cover for my keyboard, which I personally think it's an important thing to have, considering I am the type to eat and drink at the desk. Even bags of dicks. I added a bunch of stuff on my wish list. Mostly some cheap art supplies, desk supplies, stationery stuff like that. Of course, there's tons of doll clothes and accessories for Leslie and Michelle. I'd like to slack off on that a little bit so I can afford to get some Christmas presents to my family. Another thing that sucks is that I was looking at, I had started Origin so I could check on my save file in The Sims 4. And for some obscure reason, the save file because the previous save file was supposedly corrupted and they couldn't retrieve it, so I had made a new one so I could build the backdrops to the short horror story I'm trying to make, Smaller Eyes. So then of course I booted Origin, and because now I could install updates, I updated it and booted The Sims, and the save file where I had the backdrops to Smaller Eyes is completely gone. But somehow, the previous save file, where I was just playing for fun, is back. The supposedly corrupted, we cannot retrieve your file. No problem, everything's back on that one. So I'm kind of pissed, in a way, because now I have to rebuild the sets from scratch. I kind of needed that as a reference to when I actually get to draw the comic itself. I'm less than pleased. I gotta do it. I have some screenshots somewhere on my Patreon. It's just going to take time to rebuild the entire thing. At least it was only 2 scenes. Because there's only 2 locations. Well, technically there's 3, but there's only 2 that I really needed reference where everything was. But it's still tiresome, let me tell you. That's why you always gotta check. You know when I'm focused when I stop talking. We are now past 2 p.m. So it looks like this will be one of those hour-and-a-half ones. There we go. Another little stretch, then we're going to color, then we'll be done for today. What I do like about the fact that the color rendering is different on this new tablet is that I can actually see my skin now. received an email recently telling me that they liked my website, but I didn't have high rankings on Google search. So explain to me how come I didn't have high rankings on Google search. You somehow found my site anyway. And how much can I trust an unsolicited email from someone who has no idea how to use punctuation? I should probably have replied. Besides, if I had money to hire someone to do my SEO, I wouldn't have a donation bar at the top of my screen. Bad enough I'm saving as much money as I can to repay my mom and be able to get some Christmas presents this year. For those wondering, I'm not, like, super in trouble. Because I can pay my bills because I work super hard. Oh, hi, Paul. Yeah, you are late. I was just talking earlier about how I had lost all the backdrops to smaller eyes and I had to rebuild them. Didn't get around to do it yet because I'm doing all kinds of stuff because for some reason I'm super popular since this whole Backstreet Boys reunion tour started. Like, literally, that is the one thing I lost. And it's not my computer's fault, it's Origin being a piece of shit. Origin being the download service of Electronic Arts. Restored my previously corrupted save file, which I did not need because it was just a file just to play up to Sims 4. That's where I built the backdrops. But when I updated Origin, per their request I might add, somehow the save file that had all the smaller-ized backdrops disappeared. But the previously apparently corrupted save file for my Just for Fun game... Yeah, thanks. That came back no problem. Like, it was... If I had to choose between the file for fun and the file for smaller eyes, I would have chosen the smaller eyes one. Because you're still waiting on that. good side of things, I'm finally starting to see the end of the tunnel with all the work that's been asked of me. So, you know, small victories. So, in between 2 jobs this week, I'm gonna... Yeah, there's no hurry. You've been waiting for months, dude. And you also know I've been wanting to do horror stories. Oh. The good news is, yay, I'm getting work, but I really do want to get started on that. Because after that, if I can get smaller eyes done, then I can get the I Love You Gideon done. Then again, I gotta take those extra jobs if I... Oh, that's not the right color for that. I gotta take those extra jobs if I want to be able to keep paying my bills as I work on art. For those who don't know, Paul is literally my only patron on Patreon. So of course he's doing his best. Oops. Sure, if I can. I love helping. I mean, you saw some of my videos. I'm not exactly the best at describing what I'm doing, but I mean, the heart is there. If anybody was wondering how old the computers are around here, there you go. Have some beige. I mean, I know I'm not gonna have to be there live because I had to, well, here's the thing. Absolutely. Oh, good. Goody. Then that's gonna be easier. Because obviously, I know how to animate, but it's not my specialty. Because one time, in my defense, I was not prepared at all, even if I thought I was prepared. Because what happened is that for the first time I went on to Timmins for the Timmins Comic Con, my way was paid through the school. And for that, I had to do a presentation on comics. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Problem is, because there's always a problem, it was for writing comics. I don't write. If anything, I'm forcing myself to learn how to write comics by live streaming Bootleg Cookie every week. Because like that, I have to write the comic in advance instead of going by memory. And I'm like, okay. And then my friend, who we shall not name, for obvious reasons, said, oh no, I'll write it for you, no problem. And I'm like, okay. But later, a little bit later on, I still had time to plan my stuff. I then learned that I'm supposed to do one on writing comics and one on planning a comic page. And I'm like, planning a comic page? Oh yeah, no problem. I'll make some slides and stuff like that. But then, like a couple days before, I was already in Timmins. I learned that I was supposed to do them in French. Now, on the one hand, I am French. But on the second, I did not practice these in French. And not only that, I got the text for how to write comics from my friend the night before I had to do the presentation. Lot of room for error, as you can guess. Oh, it was horrible. I was highly uncomfortable. I stammered a lot. I accidentally spoke too fast, so there was plenty of time left at the end, and nobody wanted to ask questions. Oh! Then after that, I was like, I will never do this again. So as long as it's not live, I'm fine. And by live, I mean me in front of the students, that the students can see me. If it's pre-recorded, or if it's something that I write to help somebody else present it, no problem. But if I can avoid doing classroom stuff, I will. Or at the very least, Let it be something that I can actually prepare myself for and not do the last minute clusterfuck that the last one was. That'd be nice. As you all know, nothing I do can be easy. No. I gotta struggle through everything. Because here's the thing, okay? I am part leprechaun. I have a lot of luck. Not necessarily good. It's something. If something's gonna go good, it's gonna go really good. If something's gonna go bad, oh, you better believe it's going to be a Three Stooge sketch. Almost done. Just gotta color the backgrounds. Then we're gonna clean up the text. And we're gonna stretch a little bit. Ugh. Not catch anybody and you're sharing, you gotta be nicer. No. I'm nice to nice people. Because the thing is, when you're nice to people that are less than nice, to put it politely, they'll just be meaner, basically. Because what they like to do is push your buttons until you downright lose it. Probably they're having a bad day, but the way they decide to cope about having a bad day is highly toxic. And Shiro ain't playing that game. Oh my god. There was one time because the guy that had asked me to quote-unquote teach about comics, there were actually breaks in between presentations, and during one of the breaks I stayed in his class because I wanted to see how he was teaching. And he was actually doing an interesting presentation on analyzing of Mice and Men, one of those required reading books that I actually enjoyed. Now, keep in mind, I'm a full-grown adult. I am not a fellow teenager. And I am a sassy spaghetti. One of the students kept joking and joking and joking and joking and joking every time he was trying to talk and cutting him off and joking. And of his class. It's not like he was just letting him do, it's just that the kid would not learn his lesson and shut the hell up. And he was doing it with this, like, extremely snotty tone that was getting on my nerves. But I was being good. I shut my mouth. Until he decided to point out the fact that there was a strange tiny girl in the class with them. So of course he asks, what is she doing here? She being me, obviously. And the teacher saying she's here for a presentation on comics, and right now we're on break, and she wanted to see the class and how I function and stuff like that. And then said, well, what doesn't she do her comic presentation for us? And that's where I lost it. And I said, because nobody likes you. That shut him up. Hey, it worked. And there we go. I believe we're done. Gonna save one last time. Look it up. There we go. So we're done. Therefore, I'm just going to give you guys a little reference treat. For those who don't get the face on the final panel. And there you go. very happy you like it, Paul. And then you'll have all the time that you want once I put it on Patreon to look at it closely and analyze it. And we're done for today, and I need to stretch until I hear my vertebrae crack, and I need to be driven to the hospital because I broke my spine. Now, as usual, special thanks to my patron Paul K. Your continued support is extremely appreciated. I can get so much stuff done thanks to you. You have no idea. No idea. And I hope you guys had fun watching me draw. I know I had a lot of fun drawing this one. I'll see you guys next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I love you all, and bye-bye.